This next video is going to be about looking at prone supination of the ankles in a standing position. So one that I use quite a lot. I quite like it because it's a weight bearing test. When you fit as physios, what we do a lot of the time is more of a static and passive movements of the ankle. But again, a lot of people's pain is more of in a movement type position. So often I quite like looking at how someone moves in a weight bearing position because I think it's more relevant a lot of the times to their pain. So what I would do is I would get Patrick to stand shoulder width apart with the feet facing forwards, hands just in front of you like that. And then what you're going to do is rotate as far as you can, everything round to your left, just keeping your feet where they are, as far as you can go. And what I'm looking for is what happens at his feet. So the pronation of the right foot will happen and he will have supination of that left foot, and then rotate all the way back round to the right. And I would look and I would compare and contrast. Okay, and again, all the way out to the left. So I just usually get someone to do this for about 30 seconds where they just go through, and I just say, just literally go through the movement. I don't want you to stop. I want you to just go as far as you feel you can. As soon as you reach that point, come back the other way. And I'm just comparing and contrasting, and often what you'll find is that if someone has a one side which is the painful side, they may have a lack of pronation, they may have a lack of supination. So again, as physios, we get quite obsessed with pronation and you know, flat-footedness and therefore insoles potentially. But actually, sometimes what someone can have is a lack of supination, which means that they're unable to get out of the pronated position, which is the problem. Sometimes it's not the fact that they overpronate, it's the fact that they're unable to supinate. So they actually come into that pronation position and can't get out of that position. So they can't get into that supinated position. So actually working on their supination sometimes is a really effective way of treating them if they've got that lack of supination. But I just think it gives you a good guide, and usually what I would do is step back and be in front of Patrick, so I'll be looking at the amount of movement he has to see whether there's more pronation on one side, more supination on one side, and then potentially working on that in order to improve that pain and reduce the restriction at the ankle joint.